The multi-billion-dollar company named after a fruit has thrown the world into utter confusion with the release of their latest device, the Apple M4 iPad Pro. After introducing the Apple Vision Pro that took the public with a miniature hurricane, the company introduced the launch of the iPad Pro M4, which was deemed to have newer features and be superior to the competition. This whipped up the public into a frenzy and had everyone anticipating the launch of the product. After the launch, the company declared that this was the best one yet. Was it though? This device boasts the thinnest iPad ever created by the company, surpassing even the iPad Nano, which is quite something. It also boasts greater durability and portability, which come at a very great cost. The durability of the individual's purse and budget is highly stressed when making a purchase of the product. The price factor wouldn't be an issue really if the product were superior to its contemporaries. However, many spotted that the iPad Pro isn't so distinct from its predecessors. The M2 iPad was said to have the very same features while still operating at roughly the same speed as the M4. There's a popular saying, "Show me your friend and I'll tell you who you are." Apparently, the iPad series is only an attempt by the company to siphon an endless supply of money from the public without making any distinct changes from the previous versions. Another feature included in the product is the cutting-edge visual efficiency through the tandem OLED technology included in the product, which takes XDR precision to a whole new level. Also included is the precise contrast, which makes color seen at the sharpest option. The nano texture glass option for users working in high-end color-managed workflows or in the most demanding ambient lighting conditions can make use of this feature to their advantage. The M4 features an entirely new display engine to enable the precision, color, and brightness of the Ultra Retina XDR display. The screen is, according to all reports, totally gorgeous. OLED screen tech gives brighter colors, darker blacks, and more contrast. OLED screens light up every pixel individually instead of using a backlight shining through colored dots, which means that they only light the parts of the screen in use. This is why the blacks can be so great and why they use less power. Only the in-use pixels are lit, and there's no always-on backlight sucking power. But OLEDs have one major drawback: they're highly susceptible to burn-in. Also, if you run them at full brightness, they'll deteriorate faster. Apple's answer to this is to layer two OLED panels, one on top of the other, and run them at a lower output. This means pushing around a lot of pixels, which is why it skipped the M3 chip generation entirely and went with the M4, which Apple says has a redesigned display controller just for this purpose. Being a second-generation 3nm technology, the M4 is said to induce phenomenal performance to the new Pro. The new CPU offers up to 4 performance cores and now 6 efficiency cores with next-generation machine learning (ML) accelerators to deliver up to 1.5 times faster CPU performance over the M2 in the previous generation iPad Pro. The 10-core GPU includes powerful features like dynamic caching and hardware-accelerated mesh shading and ray tracing, which come to iPad for the first time. Considering that the iPad is basically a screen with a computer inside, it makes sense that it's Apple's best ever screen to date. A professional photographer, Jody Bloggatt, told LifeWire via email, and I quote, "This upgraded display with exceptional color accuracy and clarity offers photographers and filmmakers an invaluable tool for on-site editing and immediate content review. In my workflow, the ability to accurately review tones, shadows, and highlights on a portable device helps in making swift, critical adjustments, saving time during post-production." But it's not all great news. Despite the amazing screen, this is still the same old iPad we've known since the beginning. It still only has a single USB-C Thunderbolt port for charging and accessories, for example. Bloggatt further adds in a statement that, however, the limitation of a single USB-C Thunderbolt port on a powerful machine like the iPad Pro continues to be a major drawback. In my practice, the ability to connect multiple devices simultaneously, such as SD card readers, external drives, and monitors, is crucial. The lack of ports necessitates additional investments in docks or adapters, complicating what could be a streamlined workflow. The inclusion of the Neural Engine, which is an IP block in the chip for acceleration of AI workflows, is deemed to be the most prominent feature of the product yet. As the most powerful and efficient form of the Neural Engine, capable of performing an outstanding 38 trillion operations per second, which surpasses the first Neural Engine in the A111 Bionic by 60 times more. While the idea of mind-blowing artificial intelligence is great for people that would need it, The product would also be contributing to a very high rise of ingenuity from owners of the device, as they can always shortcut their way through everything, leaving those with the original ideas with due credit and accolades. Students owning this product can easily sleaze their way through any task without putting in the required effort. With every great power comes great responsibility, but these people aren't Peter Parker. The abuse of this power is definitely certain. Now imagine a terrorist getting active information about a particular place or location just because he has access to the artificial intelligence of an iPad Pro. Truly devastating. Another interesting feature would be the introduction of the iPad OS, which is supposed to make the availability of applications diverse and access to the neural engine easier. The Pro apps Final Cut Pro and Logic Pro, which were launched recently, also got upgrades in the form of new and improved Final Cut Pro and Logic Pro 2, which get a buff feature of the live multicam. This feature allows you to transform your iPad into a multicam production studio and makes one the director. It also allows for the preview of up to 4 cameras at once. To support this feature, the Final Cut camera was out on the App Store for usage. This app allows for the connection of multiple iPhones or iPads to capture additional angles during a live multicam shoot, and also comes with the ability to transform from shooting to editing without any stress. The Magic Keyboard feature is also included in this product, which allows the user to feel like they're using a MacBook. It comes in a thinner and lighter form, which matches the product, and has a floating design in 2 colors that match the iPad Pro. With a new function row for quicker access to convenient actions, it also has an aluminium palm rest and a larger trackpad that allows for good haptic feedback. The new iPad Pencil Pro also comes with the product, with more magical properties. The squeeze function, which allows you to receive immediate feedback and the ability to change brush or pen, also has the impressive feature of supporting Find My, which means you can locate your Apple Pencil Pro if lost. It can also pair, charge, and store magnetically, all while on the side of the iPad Pro. Putting into consideration that if you want to use a keyboard and the new Apple Pencil Pro with it, it's gonna cost you. And it won't just cost you, it'll also spare you up on some change in the form of a head-splitting migraine. Whereas the iPad Air, also announced yesterday, continues to work with the last-gen Magic Keyboards, the new iPad Pro requires all new technologies. This takes it into MacBook Pro territory price-wise, which is not very wise for an individual who is trying to put their lives in order. But the biggest letdown is the software. The iPad Pro is still hobbled by running what is essentially still a beefed-up iPhone operating system. Yes, you can plug this thing into an external display, but juggling multiple windows is still a pain. Podcasters still can't record their own audio and a video call at the same time. These are fairly high-end Pro features, but this is the Pro iPad, which costs way more than a MacBook Air that can do all this and more just fine. More importantly, a high-performance regular laptop which isn't an Apple product can do everything just fine as well. Now we've seen the impressive features that the iPad Pro has to offer and the downsides to purchasing it, is it really worth the hype it's bringing to the market and public?